Yes, welcome to the Arsenal stand, ladies and gentlemen. And it's your boy, Mr. Laughter, right here, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring to you the latest and the latest discussion every single day concerning the Arsenal. As you guys know, today is the biggest day of the Arsenal Football Club. And not just to be exaggerating, but I think it's the biggest match of the season. As we know, we need this wonderful win to be there. And not even joking, not even trying to hide anything. This is a must win for every day in, day out. And we have to see it because the elephant in the room has actually shown that they're really interested in this particular run, and that is Manchester City walloping, actually beating Newcastle, who were really, really good on the day, but they managed to win. That is 2-1. And that means we are down to 2 points that we need to recover ourselves from. And that is what we're going to address today and see the repercussion of this particular game that happened today, yesterday, between that is Newcastle and Manchester City. And also, we are going to dive into some of the key things that I think is going to be very, very important for us to consider as we go to Tottenham Hotspur and bring a game, because it's very, very important, and it's going to be very, very crucial for us to really bring the best of our best. If we have not played any game this season, I think this is the game that we need to go on for. This is the game that we need to go all guns blazing, like all guns blazing, where I think we need to really, really, really be on top of every single ball for us to make it to the level. Welcome to the channel, guys, and subscribe to the channel if I'm not subscribed yet. It's Mr. Laughter here as we dive into discussing this Premier League match that is going to be mouth watering, or it's going to be something that a game that is worth to watch. But anyway, thanks for joining, and subscribe to the channel as well. And guys, I have the link right there pinned. If you want to join the discussion and you want to be part of the show, you just copy that link and put it on your browser, and you will be welcome in this particular stream. And we discuss the benefits or the difficulties or the reason as to why we think this North London Derby is the biggest game of the season. Why do we say it's the biggest game of the season? Because it's one of the games that if we lose, if Arsenal loses this game, it's totally, I would say, the end of the season. It's over for us. But it's not over until tonight, until we show ourselves that we are ready for this particular title race. Because Manchester City is not joking. They are not joking, guys. They have turned on their guns. They have turned on every single energy left in them by winning against Newcastle United. And we can't just stay and watch and not really think this is the biggest game of the season. Now, what did I see in the Manchester City game? Not that they were all great and all good in the game, but I could see that the win was very, very important to them because they knew Arsenal is going to Tottenham Hotspur, and in that particular field, in that particular pitch, they drew their 2-2. And North London Derby is always a very big game. And on the back of them winning, just sitting and watching Arsenal play, I think that's the only thing they needed. And they didn't disappoint their fans. Matches at the end of the game, if you look at it, if you watch it, they were kind of nervous. They were defending with every bit of themselves so that they don't concede anything in the dying minute. And what? They made it through. That's what Arsenal is lacking. Getting over the line, excuse me, and playing in a way that they can make it over the line. And this game is just not over exaggeration, guys. This game is going to be one of the games that if Arsenal has never played any game this season, like I said, they have to win it. 2 points with the game at hand as well. You guys already know. If we don't win today, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the end of the title race for Arsenal. It's going to be. They can prove me wrong today if what I'm saying is not correct by beating Tottenham Hotspur. Now, City, with the game that I've seen, this City team is just, it feels like they're starting to kick it. They're starting to build something that personally I see that they want it, and they want to create some urgency. They want to create that nervousness in the Arsenal and just be at the door. When I listen to Pep Guardiola speak after the game, saying that they are ready to struggle until the end and they want to play and never give up even a single bit. This tells me that he is ready to see if Arsenal can crumble, if Arsenal can collapse. Because with this team that we have seen, if we don't step up at some point, at any moment, we will crumble. And Mikel, I think Pep Guardiola knows that if they put so much pressure on Arsenal, they are bound to collapse. They will at some point have some issues. And that's not what Arsenal fans, we as Arsenal fans, want to even see. I see you in the chat, Gerard. Thank you for joining, man. I will get back to you in a bit. But this is a very, very crucial game, guys. A very crucial game. Now, the game against Newcastle, as we watched it, if you guys have not seen it, go back and watch and see. I don't think Manchester City were all great. They had chances, and Newcastle, looking at how they came about with all those travels and like moving to I say Karag, whatever game they played in the Champions League, they seems a little bit tired, but they gave their all. And I think Manchester City were just hanging on towards the end of the match, but they saw it through, and that's what a title contender or champion mentality is. And I think with the win that they got, is actually very, very good for the league. And it's very good for Arsenal now to kickstart their season by winning at Tottenham Hotspur. And one good thing that I saw is even if Alan wasn't really on it, he missed some chances, which was bound to because I think the way Guardiola started the game, having Mamouche in, having Semenyo in, having almost he went full attacking, like all these attacking players were in. And that's what I feel like the difference when you want to win, sometimes you have to throw all your guns blazing, and just let them do whatever they do. Mamouche was on it. He had some chances as well. He could have scored. Alan also had some chances he could have scored. But O'Reilly, this guy, O'Reilly, he is proving to be someone that if Alan doesn't really improve on his games, he's gonna take over. Because he is playing he played in the back, he played in the midfield, now he's playing up front. He's just super good, all round player. And I think for sure if he can if if Arsenal doesn't really improve on their games, the last few games that I watched, I'm scared of Manchester City a little bit. I'm scared of them a little bit. But I'm not saying they're going to win the league. because we are still the leaders and we still have 2 points ahead of them. And if we win today, we shall get back to 5 points. I think if we can keep the points as five, I mean, keep it at five and keep it at five for a long time, I think it's going to be amazing. And we shall see a lot of things coming by in this particular game. But that was Manchester City. I think they deserve the win. Manchester Newcastle also gave them a big fight. But I think that doesn't scare everybody. I think no matter what happened, we just need to keep winning as Arsenal because we know London and Derby is not an easy game. What is this person saying? I Real Madrid versus is way better than Arsenal. It's so bad. They never play good. Good. Real Madrid today, actually, Jared. They lost their game, I think, against what was it, Espanyol or something. But I think there's a difference between Arsenal and Real Madrid a little bit. Real Madrid has been there; they have done it in the Liga, but Arsenal hasn't done anything. Like they are not known for winning anything the last 6 years. And I think the mentality is going. I mean, this game between Tottenham Hotspur is going to show us what kind of mentality they have as a team. What are they building? Like because I feel like this is gonna be the game that will kickstart the season or just kill the season for Arsenal. We have to wait and see because Tottenham Hotspur with a new coach, with a new team, a new mentality, all sort of that. I know just North London derby is just a derby every day. And it's a game of death, like I said, death and life. We can either survive and fight for the league, or Tottenham Hotspur can kill our momentum and kill our game completely, and we lose the title. That is the magnitude that I'm looking at this game. Either we compete and win something, or we are just gonna be done with the title, guys. Let me know your views, guys. Let me know your views. What is your view on this game? I think comparing Arsenal to Real Madrid, like Gerard, like you said, I think it's a little bit of a I don't think it's the right moment to compare Arsenal with Real Madrid because the level of Real Madrid is just so high, and Arsenal is still just like kind of learning and coming up in the last few years. I know um, some people may say, yeah, the players that Arsenal have, they have good squad, they have everything, but I think Real Madrid is way, way, way high. They're not doing great. I know they lost even today, but Arsenal, it's a must win for them, guys. It's a must win. It's going to be devastating. It's going to be really, really shaming if we don't win this particular game. Because, like I said, it's the biggest game of the season in the Arsenal in I think in Mikel Arteta's season because it's just about do or die. If we don't, then we have let Manchester City the trophy. Like we have given and handed it over to them. Like personally, I think that's what it is. But if we can win, if we can play our game and bring every single ball to the level where we think it's gonna be exciting, I just urge Mikel Arteta to at least for once let this team be free. Let this team express themselves. Let this team come in to play their game instead of controlling and having handbrake. We need this freedom. When you look at how Manchester City played their first half today, you could dearly see like they wanted it, like they were on it. They wanted to at least get those goals and kind of after getting the goals, try to see the game out. And second half was just like seeing the game out for the most places because they knew they already have one goal in the bag, they have two goals in the bag, and Newcastle had to push for the game. They had to go forward and take that chance. And Newcastle tried. They came back in the game, played their game, and I thought they were gonna kind of nick maybe a draw, but it wasn't that easy because their defense kind of has improved. We used to like say, Manchester City doesn't have a good defense, and Arsenal has a very, very good defense. But I think Mark Gui has actually changed their defense. Their defense was so good today. Like you could see that at least they read the game well. They cover each other very well. They were playing real championship. I mean, real champion mentality football. And I doubt if Arsenal is gonna do that tomorrow. Will we still crumble at the pressure? Because right now, this game that we are going into is full of pressure, guys. It's full of pressure. And I want to see how we're going to deal with this pressure. Because ultimately, we need to win to keep the pressure on Manchester City and also not give Manchester City any single room to think that they're back in this title race. It does look like they're back in this title race for sure, but I think it will all depend on how this game will turn out. It will all depend on how Arsenal is going to show up today for this particular match. I genuinely believe that if we go with a very good squad, we go with the mentality of winning, Tottenham Hotspur, with all the injuries that they have, there is no way that we are going to collapse against Tottenham Hotspur because we have seen them, we have played them many times, and the level of organization that we have as a team, the level of togetherness that we have been for a while and for all this while, I think we should age Tottenham. Like I gave my prediction, I think I'm gonna go for a 3-1. We should be able to comfortably beat them with all the injuries that they have. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really, really difficult. But I think we will age them at some point. We will give them nothing to play for. How good would it be for us to really send Tottenham Hotspur back to relegation? Like to fight for relegation. The Premier League this week and was just interesting. Chelsea alone blowing away their win with a very terrible red card for Bafana. Like, what is going on? Newcastle, um, just they tried. When you look at Aston Villa, which people thought they were still also in the race, they drew the game. Actually, for Aston Villa, it was just a very, very narrow escape. They could have been beaten by Leeds. Leeds played really, really well. And if they had lost that game, I think it would have been almost down to nothing. They would have not, I would have even put them in the title race. But right now, with that draw, they're still in there in the mix because we still have 10, 11 games left. And like Pep Guardiola said, they're not going to win all the 10 games. It's impossible. They're going to play and try. But I think from what he said, that he doesn't think the team that he has now is capable of going in for 11 or even 12 or 10 runs. So it's the same with us. I don't think we are going to be able to win 10, 11 games. We will try, but the biggest game is today. And then the next biggest one is Chelsea. Chelsea, with the style and with the way they're playing, coming to the Emirates, I think we should be able to beat them because they're not playing great. They're not playing well. I know it's still a North London derby as well, but I think we will edge Chelsea more than Tottenham. The one that I'm really struggling to think about is this game because at the back of this draw, if we don't show up, guys, if we don't play with conviction, that game is gonna be so difficult, man. It's gonna be so difficult, and that means Mikel Arteta has to put a very, very good midfield. A very, very good midfield. I think Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Eze should start for me. because Eze played so well in the first game, and I think if we can keep him as well in the team, that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be so good for him because with the hat trick that he scored, excuse me, if we can kind of create that afresh and have and we have him right there in the midfield scoring and trying and stuff, I think it would be great. I know adrenaline and everything is gonna be on top of it. Everybody would want really to show their best. Tottenham is not just gonna lay down there and say, yes, Arsenal come and beat us. No, they're not gonna do that. They also want to play for their fans. They also want to show the new manager that, yeah, we are here to compete. Because their home record alone has been terrible. Like they haven't really been playing so well at home completely. But I think always North London Derby, even if somebody's not doing their best and you feel like, yeah, Tottenham is not great and Arsenal might just run them over and stuff like that, that's not the case. With derbies, no matter what situation you're in, whether you have no coach or you have a coach, whether you feel like the other team is not really doing great, you don't nothing counts. It's just the moment that you show up and the game that you're gonna play that very day is the only thing that will count. And I think we should be able to beat this team. With all the injuries that they have, guys, I think we should be able to beat them by no means. But anyway, not as far as I can say. But the title race, personally, is on. It has started today. Once I saw that Manchester City are winning against Newcastle, definitely I've seen the title race have started. This is the reason why Pep Guardiola always wait until when it's almost coming to the end of the season. Then he brings in some of the players that he was kind of using them sparingly, and he gets on and try to play his own game and get into opponent and play their game and stuff like that. He has all these mind games and everything like that. And I think it's gonna be difficult for him this season because the Arsenal that bottled the last few years is different from this Arsenal. We have a really, really good squad depth. It's just a matter of Mikel using it in the right way and using it for the benefit of the team. We don't have to really look at other teams and then say, yes, oh, we want to be like Manchester City, or we want to play like Manchester City, or we want uh, to show Manchester City that we are here to stay. Of course, talk on the pitch, as Mikel said. Don't talk outside. Don't talk on just social media. As a club, show that you are ready to win this. After all these 9 months, 6 months, I think we should be able to show Tottenham Hotspur where they belong. How fun would it be if they get relegated and Arsenal win the league? I know it's always a banter between Arsenal and excuse me, Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. Wherever the situation is, it's just always fun at the end. We always get the pride of winning them. I mean, winning against them. And there's no way I believe this injury stricken or like this team that has no brain, like no backbone, and they're just struggling to revive themselves, struggling really to get more points so they can get out of the relegation. I don't think there's any way they can beat us. Let me see actually what number they are on now after today's game. Tottenham Hotspur themselves. In here, Tottenham Hotspur is still 16 with their. If you look at their, oh man, if you look at their record alone, Tottenham Hotspur has in the last 5 games they have only won nothing. They have drawn 2 games, 2 losses. That is when Frank was still in charge. So in the last 5 games, they haven't won anything in the Premier League. And when you look at the team close to them, that is Nottingham Forest, they have 27 points, which Nottingham Forest is gonna take on Liverpool right before we play our game. So once Tottenham Hotspur, once if Nottingham Forest happen to win the game against Liverpool, that means they will go over Tottenham Hotspur. And that is going to be a very big energizer for Tottenham Hotspur themselves because they know for sure they will be going to 17. And as you guys know, West Ham is also having 25 points. They should have had more if if they had won their game today. But I think because they played a draw 0-0, they have only 25 games. I mean 25 points, and Nottingham Forest still playing Liverpool. Uh, if they win against Liverpool, they will go to 31, actually 30, and Tottenham Hotspur will bounce back to 17. So that's a battle, man. It's gonna be a very, very intriguing game because I think looking at the condition of Tottenham Hotspur and also what Arsenal is looking for, it's not gonna be an easy game. It's gonna be a big struggle for us to go over that because they are not doing well. They themselves also need to perform and not go for relegation fight. That's what makes it really, really interesting. That's what makes this game a do or die for both teams, actually, not just for Arsenal, for both teams. Because I think no matter what, excuse me. So because Tottenham Hotspur they're fighting relegation almost, and Arsenal is going for the league. And as you guys know, Leeds United is just right above their 31 points as well, and they are going to go to Manchester City is going to visit them. But I think that's one game that I think it will be also intriguing for me to watch because I know Leeds are also struggling to win and they're also wanting to stay in the Premier League, and that might be a game that could kind of, if Arsenal do their job against Chelsea, do their job against Tottenham Hotspur, and probably Leeds can help us save some of the points as well, give them maybe a hard run for their money. It would be a very, very good game. It's going to be a very, very good game, guys, because I totally believe every single game till the end of the season is a must win for us. At worst, we should get a draw, but I think if we can manage these particular games before going to Etihad or even before playing the Carabao Cup, we should be really, really good to win this league. I still don't discount us. I still don't think we are going to lose the league. I still think we are able to win this league if we perform and start to do things that we weren't doing very well. Because like Bukayo Saka was asked about why we keep losing at the end of the end of the games and what is the problem? What are some of these? Is it pressures or some? He says it's not just pressure. It feels like they haven't just been good. It's just like being tidy at the end of the game and trying to figure out and bringing in their best while the game is finishing and concentrating and focusing well to know that the game is not done when you score one goal. The game is not done when you score two goals. We need to keep scoring, like score one, two, three, and don't relax and keep attacking. If you have a chance to score more goals, you need to utilize it well and take on because it's a challenge. It's a very, very big challenge that sometimes Arsenal looks like once they score a goal, they don't want to score anymore. And that's the challenge. We need to keep attacking and keep playing and try to score as many goals as you can. Because if we want to win this league, I feel like sometimes maybe this league might go up to the wire. Because the way City has turned out to be after winning against Newcastle, we might have to bring our A game and play and actually play to the best. So that's what I think, guys. But anyway, let me know in your comments on what you think of the game itself, because I totally believe we should be in pole position really to win, as long as we can do our best at Tottenham Hotspur. Now, let's see some of the results that happened today in the league, which is also very important to us. And as we look at this game, no, the game that transpired today, we had Aston Villa drawing with Leeds 1-1, and Brentford being beaten by Brighton. And as you guys know, the record that Milner has had for appearance in the Premier League is now surpassed the highest person who was like having the record for the Premier League uh, match appearance, and Milner has already taken over that. And as you guys know, he's a he's 40 years old, but he's still playing like really really good and helping the team. Now Chelsea with their red card, they drew 1-1, and it's good because they're gonna come to the Emirates soon after a few days or so. But I think we should be able to beat them with no Fafana. That's gonna be really tricky for them. When you look at West Ham and Bournemouth, that finishes 0-0, and Manchester City, that is against Newcastle. You guys already know it was 2-1. And then tomorrow's game, or actually today's game, for some people would be Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool. That is 9. That is going to be very interesting to watch. And then we have Crystal Palace playing Wolves. That's going to be big one as well. Sunderland playing Fulham. That's going to be another big one. And as the big one, that is Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. That's the one that we are in for here. And the last game that's going to be on Monday. Actually, it's yeah on same on Monday. That is Everton and Manchester United. That's another big one. But I think, like I said, Manchester United will should be able to win this game. There's no way they can't. But that's with the Premier League for today, guys. Um, Now let me go into what I think is going to be the best lineup that I can go with for this particular game. Looking at what Mikel Arteta said in his press conference, some of the players are back already. Um, in the defense, I will still go with Raya starting in the goalpost, and I'll go with Gabriel and Saliba for sure. I will keep them because they've been good. In the left, I will still go with Nkapie. He's been good. He's really really good. I feel like Calafiori is not great, maybe because of the injury that he has had. I will start with Nkapie and also have what we call. I think I would play Ben White instead of Timber for this one because I feel like Timber has played so many games, so many games, and I think I would go with Ben White. Of course, I know Mikel will not put Ben White; he will still go with Timber. But in this scenario, I think Ben White might be a better option for me going forward, and because he crosses the ball well, he can attack, and he also knows how to play against Tottenham Hotspur, and he's been there. So I would go with Ben White instead of uh, that is Timber because I feel like he provides more attacking option for Arsenal going forward. And then in the midfield, I already talked about it. I will keep Zubi. I will play Rice, and then I will play um, Eze because I feel like he's suitable for this particular game, and I would keep him as well in the midfield. That would be my midfield three, and then when we go to the attacking, of course, Gyökeres will start in the center, and then I think I will play Bukayo because at least I know his quality, and I feel like um, Madueke should come in when Tottenham Lakes are a little bit tired. So I will keep Madueke outside and start with Bukayo. And on the other side, I will do Trossard because Trossard is back as well. And I think he should give us a very, very good option in there to perform as he can. So I will go in for Trossard, um, what is him, Gyökeres, and that is what is his name? Bukayo Saka. That would be my predicted lineup, and yeah, we'll see if Mikel changes that or he goes with somebody different or some players different. But that's my starting 11, ladies and gentlemen. And now my prediction, like I said, I'm thinking it's going to be 3-1 in favor of Arsenal, and Arsenal will win, and we will bring back the points to 5 instead of 1. because I believe no matter what happened in this particular game, it's not going to be the end of the season. People will mourn, people will criticize, and I think if we kickstart our season against Tottenham Hotspur, that would be immense because I still have that desire that we may win at least 6 or 7 games come to the end of the season and probably have a few draws and 1 or 2 losses or so. With the 11 games left, we should be in good shape, guys, to win any single game, guys. But anyway, nothing really much. That's what we had for today. And if there is nothing and there's nothing in the comment as well, I appreciate your time and being here and discussing this particular game. And I feel like, yeah, we should be in to watch the game. We are not gonna do watch along, but we will do reaction of the game after it is all done. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel also if you have not subscribed yet, and be part of the channel so that every time we upload, every time we do live stream, you're here to like give your opinion and also watch and yeah, support the channel. This is the Arsenal stand, guys. Nothing much really today. I just wanted to do that and give you a preview of the game. And yeah, we would end here for today because yeah, tomorrow is also a very very lovely day. Just to go rest. Anyway, have fun. Thank you so much. That was what I had in mind, and I'm thinking Tottenham Hotspur will at least play their game, but Arsenal will overcome them and win, so that we can bring the points back to 5 instead of having just 2. Yeah, nothing else. Have a good day. I will see you all tomorrow, guys. One love.